The full-length mirror has arrived. Well, this is my dining room. It is day one of this renovation and I am receiving the first big piece of furniture in just a matter of minutes, but I need to show you the before we get any of the furniture in and really show you what we are working with, because my dining room space in both this house and my apartment is an area that I've always struggled with making functional, nice to look at, and like clean. If I can really dig, I'll try to find you a clip from my apartment, but I just did not have the money to buy anything really. So with what I had, it just looked so messy. What I originally did when I moved in about a year and a half ago, it works, but it could be a lot better, and I'm trying to up the storage in the space. So I actually have a beautiful side table, which is going to open up a new level on this wall for decor, and then a lot of storage. I'm really excited to get started, but first, let me show you what we are working with. And of course, if you like these type of transformation videos, I've got a huge playlist down below. I'll link it. I have transformed every single room in this house. I've done the living room, bathrooms, my sunroom over there. The kitchen is a full makeover, like $30,000 makeover to check out. I've got a ton from my apartment days as well. And if you want a house tour on this home, I will link that down below. Like I said, I did a lot of renovations on it, so the house tour is before renos, but if you like this type of content, I've got a lot of it. Please subscribe. But here is what we're working with. Coming off of the kitchen, we've got the dining room area. Now, usually I journal and work from this table, which is why right now there's a lot of notebooks on it. This is the space that we are working with. None of the wall decor is really functional or working for the space. This is a really dark corner. So my thought here is completely redo this wall. Bigger shelves that actually support heavy weight, because these do not hold a lot. Take this down, it's just not working. We're going to get rid of this white ladder style bookshelf. It's just not a very open space that I walk to, and it doesn't look nice. It's like fine for now, but I want to just take that out. We'll put the cat tree somewhere else, and then I bought this beautiful Renoir painting from Goodwill for like $3. Renoir is one of my favorite painters, and he typically depicts the middle class lavishly relaxing. They're centered around a table of drinks and food. So I really thought this would be beautiful to have in a dining room area. I just want to utilize the wall more for storage and aesthetic decor, and then of course utilize the piece of furniture that I'm getting. Open up the space more, add in some more greenery when I can. This isn't really working, and it's a corner that just feels very cluttered. So here goes nothing. Over 80 pounds. The sideboard has arrived. Looks like we're building furniture tonight. I feel so great that I was able to bring that in by myself though. I knew I could do it, but I also wasn't sure like if physically I'd be able to carry that, but whew. Okay, let's do this. Can I place an order for delivery, please?
All right, is it under, all right, what would you guys like tonight?
I almost never get delivery, but I decided to splurge and order a pizza since this is going to be a furniture building night. So a pizza from Pizza Luce is on its way. If you live in Minnesota, you understand how great their pizzas are. I love Pizza Luce. But that means I need to clear the doorway before the pizza arrives. Let's get building. Well, I feel stupid. It's already built. It was just packaged. I was really in the headspace of building furniture tonight. Like I literally just ordered a pizza, but I guess that saves me a lot of time and the pizza will help. I still have to remove furniture and decorate. Gosh, so beautiful and so much storage. This piece of furniture is honestly so beautiful and it's gonna look so great in this space. She's so pretty. I think I want it to be like a little bit more like that. Gosh, it's so pretty. I can't wait to get this wall transformed. It's coming along. I'm so excited. Pizza arrived, so I'm going to take a break to eat, have a little bit of wine to get me through, and then power through because the kitchen and dining room right now is an absolute disaster. It feels like I need to complete a puzzle. Like it feels like I'm doing a puzzle and I don't know where all the pieces go yet, but I need to complete it to feel that satisfaction. A lot of decor, plants, stuff is everywhere, but I got the plant here and then I took down a lot of the things on the wall so I can start to plan what's going on the wall. But I for sure know that this side table is going right here. So after I eat, the fun part can start and I can start organizing and placing things in their new home. But first, the best. Margarita pizza with vegan sausage. It's fake meat. I don't eat real meat. Yum, bon appetit. It's already starting to get dark, but I spent today plastering the walls where everything used to hang. It looks pretty dry, so I'm gonna sandpaper that, paint it. After I sandpaper, I'm gonna start finalizing decor. I just didn't want to when I knew dust would get over everything. And then I'm thinking of getting a big mirror to go here to really expand the space. I think that would look really cool. But for tonight, I just want to sandpaper and then finalize the decor and storage. That's the update. Let's sandpaper. This is why I didn't want to decorate it before. Time to vacuum. The lighting of this video is mostly so bad because I'm doing this makeover at night and I've got the kitchen fluorescent lights on. I think I finalized the inside and outside of the sideboard table. I really love how it turned out. The last thing that I realized though is that these doors, they have a very hard slam. It's really loud and I don't want it to damage the piece of furniture or anything fragile on it or in it. So I have one of these like furniture soft felt pieces that you put underneath the legs so it doesn't scratch your floors. And I'm gonna cut it up into really small pieces and put it on the inside of these doors and give it more of a soft close. lost one. It went behind. Up on the back stand that it comes with right now, but eventually, I don't even know where I put the tools. It came with mounting equipment, so I need to mount it, but it's a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. Oh God, I can't bend down for vlogging. I have shorts on, okay? Oh, it looks so good though. Like, I cannot wait to have that mounted on the wall. It's like the perfect size, perfect shape. I love the very thin black frame. It's amazing. Time to propagate. I don't know if I ever said this yet beyond the montage, but my brother and dad came over last weekend to help install some of the shelving and mount the mirror. I hate feeling like I need someone's help, and I know that the internet loves to give me a lot of crap sometimes for having my dad help out, but here's the thing, it was easier to have two people help me level it, to be able to like hold it and then have somebody else stand far back and make sure it looked leveled. And then for the mirror, had to have been over 100 pounds, and I needed two people to hold it so I could mark the wall. I tried doing it by myself, and I probably could have done an okay job, but I wanted to make sure it looked great. So I am very grateful they were able to help me. Big thank you to them for coming over, and let's all be grateful they could help instead of leaving hate comments saying that my dad did everything, because asking for help is okay. I've been working on decor on the shelves. I think the bottom shelf is pretty much perfected. The top shelf needs some help. I went to Patina today because I needed some kitchen decor inspo, and I did find a few items. I got these two cups from Patina for the shelves, or maybe the sideboard next to the Don Julio, but also to have functionally, because how cute is this? I love the way that they fit into each other for storage. I also love the retro 70s vibe. The color matches really well. Those were $10 each. And then I was thinking it might be fun to hang a plant above the, I'll show you. I think this shelf is pretty much solid. I just need to remove some items because it looks a little messy. The top shelf I really need help with. And then I was thinking it might be fun to hang a planter in the corner just to add some depth and more life. There she goes. Oh my God, also look at the sun right now. This is everything I want. Patina had this hanging planter. It's glass, it's beautiful, and I think that would look perfect in that corner. I also love that it's glass without a drainage hole because I think I'm going to do propagations in it. Also, don't mind the stuff on my table. These are actually antiques from my grandma, so they're from like literally the 1940s or earlier. My aunt sent me a bunch of things of hers, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with them, where to put them. I've got this beautiful Norwegian pipe. I believe her mom made this, so this could be early 1900s. That's not part of this, it's just my grandmother's things. But yeah, I've got some more decor pieces to figure out. I also have this Minnesota corkboard that I think I'm gonna put there. That's kind of where we're at right now, but we are so close to being done. It's starting to really feel like me. I've had this for years in my apartment, but I've never hung it on the wall. Finally found its home. We're hanging it up. I used my phone's camera and I took a video of me placing it to see where I want it, but it's gonna go somewhere up there and it's gonna be really freaking cute. Probably something like right there. We're really just eyeballing it here. It's a big day. It's a big day. The dining room is finally done. I am so excited to show you the full reveal. It feels so much better and totally reflects who I am more, and it's fully functional now. Like, the space feels bigger. But without further ado, let me welcome you on into my dining room. Let me show you around. Welcome to my new dining room. It's a pretty small space, but I wanted it to feel warm and cozy. I'm a very earthy and spiritual person, so I wanted that to reflect the space as well. So I have a ton of plants and spiritual items around that reflect who I am. A lot of candles, a lot of recipe books. I wanted the space to feel homey and lived in and cozy. I didn't want it to feel very like cold or staged. It's a very lived in space, and I wanted my dining room to kind of reflect the use of that. Let me give you a full tour, starting with this beautiful mirror here. My dad and brother helped me mount this mirror on the wall. It really makes the space feel bigger, especially with the glass sliding doors right there. And what's really awesome is when I'm at the sink doing dishes, I can see myself. It really connects the dining room to the kitchen and makes it kind of flow more together. Marnie doesn't, I love that the cats are helping me out with the tour. I have my snake plant. I do get decent light in this corner, but snake plants are very adaptable to their environment. So if you have a shadier spot, I would recommend a snake plant, and I think it would be just fine. I hung up this little glass planter from Patina. I realized that propagation probably would look best in here because it's glass. So if I did pot a plant up there, the soil would be see-through, but the water just looks cleaner, you know? So that probably will become a propagation station up there. And those are actually cuttings from a pothos behind me that I'll show you in a second. I've had this dining room table since my apartment days. Honestly became such a great investment because I've had it for so long and it works really well in my new space. I got this new wicker tray from Target. It was only $15. I really like having a catch-all container on the table just to conceal everything. I want to get some nice coasters. My favorite candle at the moment, this one smells so good. And I got this pot from the antique store, so I think it's really cute. I am absolutely in love with the sideboard table. Having such a narrow space here, I really wanted to make sure I had a walkway that didn't feel convoluted while also having storage and taking advantage of the wall space here. So it's really awesome because there are 2 levels of shelving here. So on the lower shelf, I've got some glass ceramic containers, a few candles, including this pink bubble candle that I made with my partner Ashton. I've got some of my favorite cookbooks here that I don't use as often as I should. I recently got these green candlesticks from an antique store last weekend, and I thought they worked really well with the space. And then, as you saw, the new glasses from Patina. I think they go really well with the center Don Julio, which I wanted to kind of make the centerpiece unintentionally, but I'm a big fan of this tequila and it was part of my Christmas gift this last holiday season, so thank you, Ashton. So down here is where I keep a lot of my journaling supplies actually, because I'll sit at this table and journal. So I've got some construction paper, a ton of art supplies, pastels, oil paints, stickers, pens, tape, glue, anything I would need to be creative. I also am the type of person to keep original boxes. So on the lower level, I've got the original boxes that my wine glasses came in. I've got my patio light bulbs that I'll put out on my balcony once it gets a little bit warmer out. Over here I have some placemats, the Don Julio box, and a lot of extra glassware. I tend to propagate a lot, so it's nice to have a choice of propagation glasses. I've got flower vases down here for fresh flowers and a lot of smaller jars. And then for the top shelf, I have 2 candlesticks. I really love these. I got them from Patina. I just love the dried rose in here. I've got some rocks here from the North Shore. Like I said, Don Julio Julio front and center. I've got some incense over here, selenite, some more crystals, and this Easter cactus. More cookbooks down here, my little ceramic colander, which I love to use. These glasses I actually fill with charged moon water because I use that. I talk about moon water in more of my spiritual and manifestation videos, but it's basically just charged water underneath a full moon that has many benefits and ways that you can use it. But yeah, this sideboard, it came together great. I am super happy with it. Moving on to the wall space, I've got this handmade woven macrame fruit basket from my friend Bobby Ann. It was part of a housewarming gift. She has an Etsy shop called The Lotus Label, so I'll link that down below. She makes a ton of beautiful home, kitchen, decor, functional items like this. What's really awesome is this fruit hanger hides this and you wouldn't even know it's back there. Yes, the lemons are fake. Ashton says it's super obvious, but I think it blends in just fine. I used to keep real fruit in there, but it just didn't last as long, so I keep them in the fridge. But I'll link the fake lemons down below if you're curious, because I also have excess of them down here. This bowl is from Patina as well. I really like that. This Renoir frame. The period of Impressionism and modern art is absolutely my favorite. I love Renoir pieces. It's so hard to show you this without the light reflecting in, but as you can see, it's a scene of people eating and enjoying each other's company. They're having some wine. He's got a cigarette. They're catching up, they're drinking, they're relaxing, and it's kind of like a circular scene, you know, like it's got this half circle loop that makes you feel included in the painting. And what I think works really well is that it becomes an extension of the space. Like we become part of the scene in that loop, but I just think it's the perfect dining room piece. I've spent a lot of time staring at this picture, and every time I do, I notice a new detail or a new person. It's so interesting to everybody's line of vision and who they're looking at, and how no one is making eye contact with the same person. You know, they're all looking in different directions. We've got the boats in the background. It's just like a beautiful summer afternoon, and I am here for that energy. I got this circular wicker shelf from Target 2 summers ago, and I've got a ton of plants on it. So we've got 2 pothos up here along with a propagating aloe vera. I have a philodendron down here, a satin pothos, and then this is actually where I keep my bay leaves. So if you watch my manifestation videos, you know what I use these for. And this is one of those glass jars as well that I was talking about earlier. And then I have a few sticks of Palo Santo in here. This is an old candle from World Market, but I loved the container and jar so much I didn't want to throw it away. I'm actually using it to store lighters or anything else that I might need but want to hide out of sight. So we've got lighters right there to light the bay leaves, Palo Santo, incense down here, candles on the table. It's all very accessible without the look of lighters being left out. But I really love how the plants have started to vine around the shelf, and I'm really excited for this one to start vining down. Next, I have my Minnesota cork collection up here. I want to have a different cork for each container, and I want them all to look different, which is why it's taken me a little bit to fill it, because the thing is, I always save my corks, but the special ones I keep in a jar. So these are all of the corks I've had since moving into this house. These are all of the corks that my partner Ashton and I have shared. All of the corks up here are from my apartment days, which leaves the unimportant corks to go up here. But like I said, I want them to be different, so I don't want any repeating corks either. It's a slow building collection for sure, but one day it will be full and it will look so cool. And then we have the shelves. These shelves are the lac shelves from IKEA. I'm actually really impressed with them. I know a few people in my life were worried that these IKEA floating shelves wouldn't be good quality or that they wouldn't be straight, they would like bend down. But honestly, they're holding up great and they can hold a lot of weight, so I do recommend them. I love the color I chose as well because it matches my floors. So it kind of brings the space together, like from floor to almost ceiling. The top shelf I think still needs a little bit of work. let me hop on a bar stool and I can show you what I have up here so far. I've spent a lot of time during this renovation on this bar stool. I'm pretty content with how the first lower shelf turned out. I have 3 mason jars filled with pasta and oats. I will say when I lived in my apartment, this is how I stored more of my pantry items because my apartment had very limited space, so I would eat everything in here, but these are the same jars from my apartment, and since moving I haven't touched them, so they're expired at this point and I won't be using them for food. They're more of decor, which isn't what I like to do. I like having fully functional decor, but at a time and place in my apartment they were used. I got this beautiful face planter. She hasn't grown any hair yet. I haven't found a plant to pot here, but I do like the look of her here. This is orzo pasta and this is fresh, like I just bought it. The jar is from Target, and I will use this, but I just thought it looked really nice up here with the stored oats and pasta. I've got another satin pothos up here, and then some dried lavender and a pink jar. Up here, I have this beautiful Hoya. Don't know what to do with that. And then some pussy willow from my childhood home. I got this at an antique store in Red Wing last fall. And then this, my aunt actually sent me, and it was my grandmother's mother, so my great grandma, who painted this, and my grandma had it her whole life. It's from the early 1900s, and it's just a way for me to honor my grandma and have her with me in the kitchen. I think it looks beautiful in this space as well. I've got another pothos up here. Honestly, this pothos was vining way past the counter that I did just chop her the other night. That's what all the propagation cuttings are from. I wish it wasn't so gloomy out because the early evening sun shines directly into the dining room and you get a beautiful golden hour. I wanted to do the reveal in good lighting, so that's why I filmed it during the day. But in the evening, I feel like the space really warms up and comes alive and feels lived in, and you know that homey family feeling with like the smell of a delicious dinner and candles lit and wine and like a record playing and like loved ones just hanging out. That's what I wanted the space to really come together and feel like. And in the evening time, I can sense that. Like it does feel like that. So I want to show you what it looks like in the evening when the space really comes to life.
Is your favorite color still blue?
So you might be wondering why it looks like I'm preparing a feast for a family of 10. That is so these vegetables that were already cut or half used, it's so they don't go bad. I'm just meal prepping the rest of it. Now I have lunch for the next couple of days. I shared this recipe in a recent vlog, but it's the orzo salad and it is delicious. It's completely vegan. Got a nice hummus-based dressing and vegan feta, which honestly tastes just like the real thing. I'll link the recipe down below because it's pretty easy. Yum. This is so good. It's definitely like my recent fixation for dinner food. You get so many awesome vegetables and protein with the chickpeas, so it's a really great healthy vegan meal. I also have my apple cider vinegar soda from Trader Joe's, but I'm going to enjoy my dinner in my cozy new dining room. So thank you so much for watching this makeover. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I know I have my bedroom makeover that I still have to do. I'm thinking of redoing the sunroom a little bit, and the stairway needs some decoration, so definitely subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I post more renovation content live time on my stories. I think I'm going to watch the new episodes of Love is Blind season 4, but I'll see you in my next video really soon. Bye!